why is Russia the biggest threat to Europe if it could not win in Ukraine?
It's very simple. We forgot to listen to dictators very carefully because the message from Mr. Putin was always crystal clear. It's not just an attack on a sovereign country in his neighborhood, it's also an attack on our values. He is extremely threatened by freedom, human rights, liberal democracy, strong partner parliaments. And that's why he won't stop. I know not just the Ukrainians, but also many of my citizens, Germans, others, maybe also the people here in Kosovo are tired by this war. But at the end, if we don't support the Ukraine, we also will lose this battle because I'm sure the appetite of Mr. Putin is so huge that he won't stop in Kiev. He will continue. Moldova, Baltic republics, Georgia, more maybe.
I mean, he can do more of the same, which is basically not allow for the construction of a stable Europe throughout the region, Western Balkans, Moldova, Georgia, etc. But let me introduce a third concept, not only what is happening in the U.S. and Russia, but we have gone through, in Habermas's words, through a structural transformation of the public sphere in the 21st century, which is being used by both the demagogues in the US or in Russia or in Europe. How can we deal with democracies while there is an unregulated public sphere in terms of social media?
Our problem is that we don't have the tools to regulate the social medias because it's a global challenge, it's a global topic, and our instruments, our tools, we just can use in Europe, in the European Union. And it was much too late. We never ever established a proactive strategy in order to protect individual rights, to make digitalization to a success story, not for the few, but for the many. We failed. And now we have to pay a very high price because the billionaires in the United States, they sit in the driver's seat. They control it. And our tools, again, are extremely limited. But we shouldn't give up. At the end, I'm still fascinated by digitalization. I'm still fascinated by artificial intelligence. It's not just a threat; it's also a huge opportunity also for democracies. But democracies, in the understanding of many ordinary people, democracy is too slow, too bureaucratic, too technocratic, and that's why guys like Trump and other populists are so popular, because they deal with their own rules because they don't have rules, and they don't respect the Constitution, they don't respect the law, and that makes them so attractive for people who are just stressed, who are just nervous, who are just worried about the global situation, which is dominated by wars, crises, and conflicts.
Which then puts Putin also in a driver's seat, because he has these troll farms in St. Petersburg, and then he dictates part of the political debate in our societies. Our societies are not, our public sphere is not influenced only by our own thinking, but also by induced thinking from St. Petersburg.